So welcome to all of you to our Forensic Friday once again. And this is our sixth Forensic Friday. And today's Forensic Friday is going to be again hosted by Subhashini Singh. We have Subhashini back with us, and she is going to now take over and start the session.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in the 6th Forensic Friday webinar on do's and don'ts to prevent spoliation of digital evidence. So far in all our previous webinar sessions, we have learned about examination of different forms of digital data. For instance, like we just learned about the CCTV footage analysis, examination and analysis. We also learned about tower data analysis. We learned about CDR, and then we talked about IPDR data. And also we talked about digital data examination related to the POCSO cases. So here, all the digital data is the digital evidence and plays a crucial role in any investigation, because only by examining these digital evidence, the investigator will be able to prove a criminal guilty and also save the innocent from any punishment. So imagine that how important it is to have absolutely correct or minute level of information about digital evidence, including the identification of the digital evidence and as well as handling of the digital evidence as well. So in today's session, we will all be learning and talking about all information related to the digital evidence. So before we continue or move forward, so there are a few ground rules. All right, so there are a few ground rules that I would like everyone to follow. So I'm requesting all of you, please ensure that your mic is muted and your cameras are turned off during this webinar. This is requested for the smooth functioning of this webinar. And we will, yes, of course, we'll click a group picture at the end of this session. So at that time, I will be requesting all of you to turn on your cameras. You all will be getting a certificate of attendance. Actually, interested participants will be getting the certificate of attendance. And for getting that certificate, you need to fill a form. So a link to a certificate form will be provided in the chat box at the end of the webinar or during the webinar. We will be informing you about that. So please completely and correctly fill this certificate form or for getting your certificate with no error in spelling and capitalization. For your questions, yes, I'm requesting all of you to put all your questions or inquiries in the chat box. At the end of the webinar, we will try to attempt answering your question. And if time runs out, we will make a note of all the questions and respond to each of you personally as soon as possible. So no questions of yours will be unanswered. So before I proceed further, I would like to give a little introduction to myself, our organization, and our founder as well. So I am Subhashini Singh, and I work for forensicsguru.com as a forensic solutions consultant. Okay, so here are some details about our company's founder, Mr. Samir Dutt, who is widely considered as the founder of the Indian and South Asian digital forensic industries. He has been the founder and CEO of Forensics Guru since 1999. He started this organization, Forensics Guru, in the era when very few people knew that what exactly forensics was all about. So means very less people were aware about this particular domain. So he has worked in the United States, the United Kingdom, and India for over 30 years. He is also the president of Digital Investigators Associations as well as an alumni of NIT Rourkela, IIT Kanpur, IIFT Delhi. In addition, he is a fellow of the Indian Police Foundation. He is a great public speaker who has spoken at various police academies such as National Police Academy, CBI Academy, NICFS Delhi, and in many other police academies as well. He is also a TEDx speaker and the author of a best-selling book on learning network forensics. So, very quick company overview. Our company was founded in 1999. So as a result, we are the oldest company in the computer forensics and digital investigations market. So we are headquartered in New Delhi and our digital forensics laboratory is located in Faridabad. This digital forensic laboratory is a well-equipped laboratory with most of the up-to-date tools and technologies from across the world. We also have branches in Jaipur and Hyderabad. We are also ISO 9001 and ISO 27001 certified companies. All right. So as we have been working in this field for years and we have achieved a number of milestones. In fact, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is tremendously interested in digital forensics. Several other dignitaries also come to see our tools and technology. And you can also see Honorable Defense Minister of India, Shri Rajnath Singh, in one of the pictures, complimenting our products at one of the events. Okay, so we have earned several accolades, testimonies, and awards, among other things. We are a NESCOM Immerse 50 company, and we are I'm very happy to share this, that we are the only company in this digital investigation and forensic field who is a NESCOM Immerse 50 company. Moving forward, we have a large number of satisfied customers all over the world who have said or expressed their views very positively and very strongly about us. So here are a few letter of thanks or letter of appreciation from these customers. So we received the very first appreciation letter, which you can see, we received it from UNDP for conducting one training session for them. So actually they were very, very happy about our training session. So we got this appreciation letter from this customer. Next letter of appreciation we received from the Indian Army. So what happened? Actually, the Indian Army was investigating a particular difficult issue involving targeted Chinese malware. So what we did, हमने actually Indian Army की help की in their investigation of the malware. Next letter of appreciation, which you can see at your screen, is from the Delhi Police. So we actually helped Delhi Police in solving one very sensitive kidnapping case. और सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, actually we helped Delhi Police in recovering over 1.38 crore from the offender. All right, so moving forward, we have a long list of satisfied customers because we have customers in all different categories. So if I talk about national security area, all the 2 letters, 3 letters, and 4 letters agencies are our customers. In the defense zone, the Army, Navy, and Air Force, they all are our customers. All the state police agencies and most of the union territory police forces, they are also our customers. We also work with the private sectors. All the big 4 companies like KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, Ernst & Young, they all are our happy customers. And other companies like Vodafone, IBM, they are also our clients. In the government sector, different organizations such as MHA, CERT India, SEBI, they are also our true customers. Not only this, actually across the country, we have established a number of digital forensic labs. So recently we established a large number of CCPWC laboratories. So here are a few pictures from these laboratories to show you. So these pictures we have, these well-equipped digital forensic laboratories we have established in Jaipur, Chandigarh, Sikkim, Gangtok, Shillong, Daman and Assam. So these are few pictures to show you. All right, so moving forward to today's session. In today's session, we will review, or already I have shared that we will review or talk about all the details related to digital evidence. So the picture which you are looking at right now is an example of a crime scene or incident location. So you can say it the crime scene or the incident location. So this is just a sample crime scene picture. It's not mentioned that every crime scene will be like this only. Means her crime scene or incident location can be found in varieties of conditions depending on the type of crime. So बहुत सारे ऐसे crime scene you will come to see or you may have come across जहाँ पे you just visit the crime scene or you just see the crime scene and you find that यहाँ पे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. So that kind of crime scene is absolutely clean, managed. Nothing is here and there. So crime scene can be of different can be in different situation based on the severity of the crime or the type of the crime. So for sometimes in today's session, you all please assume that this is the crime scene where you all are visiting as an investigator. So look at the picture and assume that you are an investigator and just think about this crime scene. So you all look at this sample crime scene picture and think about that what have been your way of investigation to this particular crime scene. So only you have to think like an investigator. Everybody, I'm just requesting everybody to do this. So now, जैसे ही आप इस पिक्चर को देख रहे हैं and you are observing this crime scene, आप अपना investigator mind use कर रहे हैं with this picture. So one thing to keep in mind is that each crime scene circumstances or situation is different. We know this. And it depends on the type of crime that has occurred. However, at every crime scene, one common search is carried out, which is the search for the evidence. And actually, आप भी अभी यही कर रहे हैं. आप इस पिक्चर को देख रहे हैं and you are trying to figure out कि क्या-क्या चीज यहाँ पे as an evidence पड़ी हुई है. So दो crime scene का situation different हो सकता है, अलग-अलग crime scene का, but in every crime scene, the common search will be there for evidence. Okay, so whatsoever is the situation, whatsoever is the type of the crime scene, you or investigator will be searching for the evidence. This is first thing. Okay, so what first thing jump in your mind whenever you heard about this word evidence? पहली क्या चीज आती है आपके दिमाग में जब आप इस word के बारे में सोचते हैं या सुनते हैं evidence? And I am quite sure that the moment I requested all of you to look at this picture and start thinking like an investigator of the crime scene, you all must have started searching for different things all around. जो भी चीजें इसमें पड़ी हुई हैं, you must have started searching for all these things. So let's first and most importantly get to know that what exactly is considered as evidence and where it can be obtained from. So पहली चीज ये देखते हैं कि what exactly is considered as evidence, या आप किसको इस पिक्चर को देख के आप किस चीज को एविडेंस की तरह कंसीडर कर रहे हैं. So now as far as the evidence is concerned, anything that indicates something or leads to a conclusion is considered as evidence. So evidence कुछ भी हो सकता है जो आपको किसी चीज का लीड दे. So इस पिक्चर में भी कोई भी चीज, anything can be considered as evidence. For instance, Look at this picture. I think you can see, and I'm very sure that you can see blood spot in this picture. Okay, on the floor, can you see the blood spot, blood splatter? So this blood spot or blood splatter it proves and reveals that someone has undergone any bodily damage. किसी का तो कुछ body damage हुआ है, कोई physical harm has happened here, or somebody must have got the body injury. That is why the blood is here. So blood splatter is here, or the blood spot is here. So here the blood is evidence. This blood could be of anybody. It could be of victim, it could be of suspect, it could be of criminal. किसी का भी हो सकता है blood, but the blood is evidence here. Again, here in this picture, you can see footprints. So shoe prints or footprints. This proves that, and the shoe prints on the entrance of the picture is whatsoever I can see from my eyes, that it is the entrance, and the footprints are on the entrance. So entrance footprint is proving that someone has recently entered the house. That is why this shoe print or footprint is there. This is the shoe print actually. So what exactly this is proving? This is proving that this is the fresh shoe print. So someone has visited this location just before the incident or just after the incident to clear out the evidence. All right. So this is the investigative mind. Now, can you look? There is one half-eaten apple in this picture. So look at this picture. I'm just giving you the idea that where exactly it is. At the left side, left bottom, the half eaten apple is there. So how this is going to act or play a role as an evidence? So the bite mark on this half-eaten apple, someone must have eaten this. So the bite mark which is there on the half-eaten apple are also an evidence, and this can be used to identify the exact individual who ate this apple. Okay, so like this, the blood, the fresh shoe print, and the half-eaten apple, these all are acting these all are considered as evidence for this particular crime scene. So there is not only this, there is a lot of evidence at this crime scene that will be collected and analyzed in order to solve the case. All right, so let's get to know a little more about evidence. So if I talk about the evidence, so basically we categorize evidence in two categories. So evidence की जब हम category करते हैं, so we basically categorize in two ways. The first one is the physical evidence, and the second one is digital evidence. You all can see both of the categories here in the picture. So इस picture में physical evidence भी है, digital evidence भी है. Only you need to understand that where is the physical evidence and where is the digital evidence. So whatsoever items you can see, which you can touch, those all items are the physical evidence. For instance, the shoe print, the blood, half-eaten apple, you can touch the half-eaten apple, any laptop is there, the mobile phone, any other device, all these things are physical evidence. Okay, so like the blood, fluid, any body fluids, saliva, hair, if there is any hair particle on any crime scene or the incident location, any tissue, any latent print, any fiber, soil, if there is any fragmented glass material, ink is there. If I talk about some chemical evidences like drug, any lubricant, any paint material, dye, explosive, these all are, or the laptop, desktop, hard drives, mobile, pen drives, these all are physical evidence, because you can see all these evidence and you can touch all these evidence, you can collect all these evidences. But if I talk about the next category of evidence, which is digital evidence, so what is digital evidence? The evidence which is inside the physical evidence. For instance, the evidence which is inside the laptop is the digital evidence. The evidence which is inside your mobile phone is the digital evidence. The evidence which is inside the pen drive, if there is any pen drive at the incident location, is the digital evidence. Okay, so I hope that you must have got the clear-cut idea about what is the physical and digital evidence. All right, so in this particular crime scene, we have both kinds of evidence, physical and digital. Moving forward, since we have just discussed about crime scene and the types of evidence, so the first question that comes in mind is that who first goes to the crime scene for investigation or collection of evidence? Okay, so pehla question hi aata hai ki who will go to the crime scene, who will visit the crime scene? Okay, so what is the answer? The answer is first responder. So the first responder is the person who arrives at the crime scene for the first investigation or first examination. Okay, so sometimes the first responder can be a person, a single person, or sometimes different people also act, different people from different categories also act as a first responder. All right, so in today's session we will only be talking about the digital crime scene scenario. हम लोग सिर्फ digital crime scene scenario की बात करेंगे. We will only be talking about digital crime scene investigation and types of digital evidences. Okay, so as I shared about first responder, so based on the type of crime scene and situation, each incident location or crime scene is visited by basically 4 categories of person or people. And these are first, a police, second, a fire control team, third, a medical officer or a doctor, and fourth, one forensic scientist or a forensic person or you can say forensic investigator. So these 4 categories are there. और इन्हीं 4 categories से जो लोग होते हैं, एक या 2 लोग means one person or people go to the crime scene or incident location working as a first responder. So if I talk about the 4th person who is a forensic scientist or the forensic person or forensic investigator, so that person should have extensive knowledge and experience in dealing with crime scene as well as expertise in all forms of evidence handling. Okay, just to ensure that the evidence is not tampered in any way. All right, so as a first responder, the forensic person observed the crime scene in its very original stage, and the first responder is the person who is in charge of securing the crime scene as well as collecting and preserving evidence acquired at the crime scene in the best secure manner. And for the first responder, and for doing that, हर first responder के पास a proper protocol होना चाहिए. So that first responder should always carry a proper protocol which he or she should be following, okay, while collecting the evidence. And यही करके the first responder can save the evidence, can maintain the integrity of the evidence, which is really very required. Okay, second, if I talk about police, that if you're thinking that what is the use of police at the crime scene, so yes, the police officer who is the first responder to a crime scene can properly protect and preserve the crime scene. How? By isolating, extra unnecessary people from the incident area. And actually, police, what does police do? A police maintain law and order at any incident location so that the investigation process goes smoothly. Okay, so बहुत important काम पुलिस ये करती है. दूसरा, sometimes in some cases the police officer also collect evidences. Evidence collection भी पुलिस कभी-कभी करती है if he or she is trained to do this. So nowadays police are also taking training for evidence collection, and once whenever it is required, depending on the situation, Police also, police people also go to the crime scene and they collect evidence from the crime scene. They take proper training for that. Okay, if you think that what is the use of fire control person at the crime scene, so fire control person will arrive first and begin extinguishing the fire as quickly as possible if there is any fire at the incident location, just to save any injured person or burnt person and just to save the evidence as well. So the fire team ensure it that no evidence is destroyed just because of the fire. Next, if I'll talk about the doctor, that why the doctor is required at the crime scene. So yes, if someone is injured at the crime scene or if there is any medical emergency, so doctor reaches the location first to provide medical help, any medical help quickly. After all, because saving people's life is more important than anything. So सब कुछ बाद में आएगा, but if there is any medical emergency, then doctor is needed at the incident location to save the life or to provide a medical help as quickly as possible. Moving forward, so now every first responder or investigating officer, आप इसे first responder कहें या investigating officer acts as a first responder. So they should or he or she should adequately prepare themselves before going to the crime scene with all the digital forensic tools and technologies available to collect as much as digital evidence as possible from the crime scene. Despite how unfavorable the circumstances is, kitna bhi unfavorable circumstances ho, but the duty of the first responder is ki zyada se zyada evidence collection ho sake, that too in the integrated form of it. Okay, now the first thing to be noted here is that a forensic evidence is a key to prove if someone is guilty or innocent. बहुत important है. Okay, so forensic evidence is really very important because whenever it comes to investigate any crime or any incident, the most important part of any investigation is the collection of evidence to present the case against the accused or to save any innocent. We talked about it. Now, if I talk about the nature of the digital evidence, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि in today's session we will only be talking about the digital evidence collection and the digital investigation crime scene scenarios. So, if I talk about the nature of the digital evidence, so digital evidence is volatile in nature. You can say it's fragile, very sophisticated, very time sensitive. So if improper, any improper handling and improper packaging will for sure alter or tamper the digital evidence. So a proper, protocol needs to be followed while collection and packaging of digital evidence is getting done by the first responder or the investigating officer. This is required to ensure that the data is digital data or digital evidence is not at all modified, not at all altered, and not at all changed during its handling. All right. So we know that improper handling of evidence can have a dramatic effect on the case. So the first responder or the investigating officer need to make it sure that data is not getting modified by any way. So means a proper digital evidence seizure kit should be carried to the crime scene by the first responder just to make it sure that data is not going to alter. So if I talk about this evidence seizure kit, so this should contain all required forensic tool. क्या होना चाहिए इस digital evidence seizure kit में? All required forensic tools or solutions which any first responder may need during evidence collection. In addition to the forensic tool for processing crime scene, in general, first responder should have the few other items in their digital evidence collection kit. सिर्फ forensic tool ही नहीं, कुछ और भी चीजें आपके digital investigation collection kit में होना चाहिए, which are mentioned over here. That the cables. First tool is documentation tool. So yes, a documentation tool is really very required very, very important. Why documentation part is really very, important part of any investigation, because a documentation creates a permanent record of the crime scene. So it is very important to record the location, incident location or the crime scene, as well as the condition of the all of the evidence which are lying there. So crime scene कैसा है इसको तो document करना ही है, उसके साथ साथ वहां पे क्या चीज और कौन सा एविडेंस किस कंडीशन में पड़ा हुआ था ये भी डॉक्यूमेंट करना है. फॉर इंस्टेंस the condition of your computer, the condition of any other storage medium or any other device. So the crime scene should be minutely observed and documented. So if there is any laptop, then you need to or the first investigator needs to document that whether that laptop was on, off, whether it was in sleep mode or damaged. So physical observation, observe the physical situation of the laptop or desktop and document everything properly. One more thing I want to share that the position. So suppose if you are visiting to or the first responder is visiting to a crime scene, there is a laptop and the mouse of the laptop is kept at the left side of the laptop. So usually where do you keep your mouse? We keep our or use our mouse by using right hand, and we keep our mouse at the right side of our. But if at the crime scene or the incident location it is kept at the left side, so this indicates that user could be of left hand user. So he must have he must be a person who uses his left hand. So these things are clearly observed, should be observed clearly by the first responder or the investigating officer, and should be documented. So and if you know that most of the computers have status light. Status light means if the computer is on, the light will be on. So you can see the light and you will get to know that the system is on. So this status light indicates the computer is on. Furthermore, if the computer system is warm, if any first responder is visiting to a incident location or crime scene and touches the system and feels that it is warm, so what does it indicate? It indicates that this system is recently turned off. That is why it is not completely cool. It a bit warm. This system is a bit warm still. So here, why I'm telling you all this, because these are the importance of minutely observing the crime scene and documenting it. And there are three methods or procedure of any crime scene documentation. So you can write a note of make a notes of your crime scene. So make a note on whatever appears on the monitor. So if system is on and system is on and something is going on a system, so look at the system, observe it, and make a note of it, that what appears on the system. For example, any ongoing program, any ongoing procedure, any ongoing task, whatever is visible to you, whenever the first responder or you as an investigator visiting to a crime scene, make a note down of it, because this will give you the exact idea about what exactly was going on before you reach to the crime scene. So आपको बहुत ज़्यादा आइडिया लगेगा कि आपके पहुंचने से पहले, क्या फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर के पहुंचने से पहले वहां पे क्या हो रहा था. Alright. Again, in documentation, the photography is also very important. So photography, actually, what does it do? It creates the visual record of any incident, location, or crime scene, a permanent visual record. So photography is very important. Photography को देख के you can go for crime scene reconstruction. अगर कोई केस 10 या 20 साल पुराना भी हो गया है, even then if photography is done well, तो आप उस फोटो को देख के, उस पिक्चर को देख के you can reconstruct the crime scene as exactly as it was. So this is the importance of crime scene photography. So photography should be done in different angle. 360-degree angle photography should also be done. So if crime scene or incident location एक room है, तो room का 360 angle पे camera turn करके there should be a video should be made or photography भी होनी चाहिए, and again separate items की photography होनी चाहिए with and without scale. So this is the one of the parts of documentation, and then in documentation you can make the sketch of the crime scene. Okay, so for documentation we have given these things: cable tags, marker, permanent marker, stick-on label, camera. I just already shared that what is the use of camera, scissor, memo, crime scene tape. These things are the documentation tools should be carried by the first responder. All right, so moving forward, we need to have tools for tear down. Wait for a while for tear down and removal as well. So why do we need these kind of tools? So these tools, sometimes few hardware devices may need to be removed or open in order to get the main evidence. So कभी-कभी आपको कोई चीज या फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर को कोई चीज ओपन करने की जरूरत पड़ सकती है. For instance, opening the laptop and taking out the hard disk. For that, we need to have some tear down and removal tool, which includes the screwdrivers of different kinds and pilers, tweezers, all these things. Moving forward, the next thing which is required is the item for packaging the evidence and transportation of evidence. So for packaging, first responders should be carrying anti-static bags or the cable ties, anti-static bubble wrap, evidence bags, tags for tagging and labeling, and for packing different kinds of separate bag or separate container should be used for seizing separate items. So the anti-static bag is used to seize hard drives, because this anti-static bag is vulnerable to electromagnetic transfer damage. So it saves your hard disk. So or any other electronic transfer damage or any other electronic media. All right. So moving forward, we need to have, or investigator need to have other tools as well. For instance, gloves, magnifying glass, scissor disc, extra hard disk, flashlight, and the network cables as well. So magnifying glass is required is being used to inspect very tiny items if there are any. There is any at the incident location, and sometimes what happens that whenever and what is the protocol? So whenever you get a hard disk or the first responder get the hard disk as an evidence at the crime scene. So before seizing the hard disk, it is required or it is suggested to note down the details of the hard disk. If there is any phone, before seizing the phone, observe the phone, observe the physical condition of the phone, and note down the details if any written on the phone. So sometimes the details are written very minutely. So वो detail पढ़ने के लिए you need to have a magnifying glass, or the first responder needs to have a magnifying glass with him or herself. Okay, so extra for hard disk, for extra Scissor disk or external hard disk, what happens actually? First responder needs to have a required number of empty external hard drives, that too of different sizes. Why? Because no analysis is done directly on the original evidence drives. This is the forensic rule, that never we perform our analysis on the original evidence device. Never we do this. What do? We just create exact duplicate copy of the original evidence device, and then we perform our analysis on that. So वो duplicate copy बनाने के लिए we need to have some extra empty hard disk जिसमें हम duplicate copy बनाएंगे. So yes, first responder को beforehand this preparation, ये preparation कर लेना चाहिए, that he or she should have extra empty hard disk. All right. And then moving forward, the first responder should also have some, forensic tools, hardware and software forensic tools, which are mentioned over here. Actually, ये सारी चीजें उनके toolkit में होनी चाहिए. So these forensic tools are right blocker tool, duplicator tool, or the encase portable, MD live, mpeg replay. So let me tell you that what one by one, let me tell you that what are the importance of using all these tools. So if I talk about the very first tool, which is a write protect desktop, this is a write blocker tool. And why it is important to be in the the evidence Scissor kit, because during the investigation, the integrity of digital evidence is our major concern. So a forensic investigator needs to absolutely assure of the fact that the data they acquire or the data they collect as digital evidence is not at all altered during its preview, during its capture, and during its analysis. तो ये चीज श्योर करके रखनी है कि डेटा किसी भी तरह से इन्वेस्टिगेटर के साइड से ऑल्टर ना हो. मींस देयर इज नो चेंज, no alteration, no modification takes place from investigator side. And to prevent this, investigator uses this write blocker tool. So write blocker tool use करने का purpose ही यही है. So this write blocker tool comes in hardware and software, whether it's a hardware write blocker tool or the software tool, software write blocker tool, purpose same है. This is designed to prevent any write access to your evidence media. So अगर आप जब भी investigator इस write blocker को use कर रहा है किसी भी original evidence को preview करने के लिए या acquire करने के लिए या analysis करने के लिए, then it only permits read access. No write access will be permitted. So और इसी वजह से there is no alteration, change in and damage takes place in your original digital data. All right. So moving forward, the next tool is here, which you can see. Let me move my cursor here. This is the duplicator or imager. So this should also be in the digital evidence Scissor toolkit. Why do we use it? What is the name of this tool is duplicator or imager. So this is used by the forensic investigator or the first responder to create exact duplicate copy of the original evidence media. As I have already shared that we are not, or we should not, or any forensic person should never ever work on the original evidence device directly. So always the duplicate copy should be made first, and then the analysis should be performed on the duplicate copy. So this, the device named Forensic Falcon Neo is the device जिसका use करके exact duplicate copy बनती है, a bit by bit duplicate copy बनती है of the original evidence media, whether it's the hard drive or pen drive or any other evidence device, which are collected from the crime scene. Okay, the next picture you can see is of encase portable. You can read the name of it. This is basically a triage tool. This is used by the investigator. For investigator use it, and by using this, investigator can easily collect vital or important or crucial, or you can say desired data quickly in a forensic manner. Means in forensic manner means without altering or damaging any kind of information. So encase portable, what does it do? ये क्या करता है ये? कोई अगर एविडेंस हार्ड डिस्क है, सो स्कैन थ्रू करता है उस एविडेंस हार्ड डिस्क को, एंड जो भी आपका डिजायर डेटा है या टारगेटेड डेटा है या टारगेटेड एविडेंस है, उसको क्विकली सर्च करके इट विल गिव यू अ रिपोर्ट दैट यस दिस हार्ड डिस्क contains the data which exactly you are looking for. And what is the importance of doing this? Suppose the first responder, when any first responder visits to a crime scene or incident location and finds hundreds of hard disks over there, and the case is related to child pornography case. then it will be a big task for the investigator to, analyze each and every hard disk one by one. 100 से ज़्यादा hard disk है, one by one हर hard disk के data को acquire करना and then extensive analysis करना और last में conclusion पे आना कि नहीं सब में child pornography से related data नहीं था, सिर्फ 10 hard disk में था. So अगर इस काम को फर्स्ट स्टेज पे ही छोटा कर लिया जाए या कम कर लिया जाए या नैरो डाउन कर लिया जाए, so it's good for the investigator. So this task can be done by using this particular Encase Portable tool. Okay, so what does this Encase Portable do? So Encase Portable को use करके हम we can just search for special keywords and we can scan through the hard disk or the laptop or the desktop, and then we can quickly get to know that what device contain the evidentiary information. Moving forward, the next tool is MD Live. You can see the picture of this MD Live. So MD Live is the again is the triage tool, a different kind of triage tool which is used for mobile forensic investigation. So this is used for mobile triage, mobile evidence. So if investigator gets a lot of let's say 50 mobile phones, and then this can be used to collect only sensitive data from this required from those 50 phones. So same as Encase Portable, but in case of mobile phones we use it just to quickly get to know कि कौन से 50 mobile phones में से which mobile phone contains the evidential data. And now next is the tool is the MPEG replay. This is for triage tool for video evidence analysis. Okay, evidence video analysis. All right, so moving forward, these are few pictures. Let me quickly go through these pictures. Like you get to know that how does all these things look like. The cable tag, permanent marker, stick-on labels, screwdrivers, different kinds of screwdrivers, small tweezers. So I just talked about all these things, that all these things should be the part of your or investigators digital Scissor kit. So ये सारी चीजें Scissor kit में होनी चाहिए. All right, so moving forward, एक first responder. Now the first responder is absolutely ready with all the precautions and with all the tools and technology to go to the incident location, or incident location पे पहुँच के what he or she will be playing his or her role. So what are the roles of the first responder or the investigating officer? Quickly go through करते हैं. So first, that identify the crime scene. So first, the first responder will identify that where exactly he or she needs to perform evidence collection from. So first, identification, then safeguarding the crime scene. So use the crime scene tape, barricade the crime scene, and ताकि unnecessary लोग वहाँ पे ना आ सकें और evidence को contaminate ना कर सके. And then start documenting everything, photography, documentation, making notes, creating a sketch, along with that evidence collection. So and after collecting the evidence, packaging of evidence in a proper manner, so the evidence device is not going to be damaged. Make it sure, or the investigator should make it sure that no damage should be caused to any of the evidence devices, and then transportation of the evidence. All right, so these are few roles of the first responder or the investigating officers. Now, as investigating officer or the first responder is ready with everything, but he or she needs to know that what kind of items or what kind of evidences उसे मिल सकता है at a crime scene. So beforehand, first responder को ये पता होना चाहिए that what kind of devices he or she may get at the crime scene or the incident location. So these could be computer system, laptop, desktop, workstation, tablets, a lot of hard drives, mobile phones, other storage medias, digital camera, answering machines, personal digital assistant devices, smartwatches. Not only this, many other digital devices can also be found at the incident location. And each evidence device contains a different kind of digital data. For instance, if I एक slide पीछे जाके देखते हैं, so if there is any the laptop seized from the hard disk, then what kind of information can be found from these can be found from these from this laptop device is the internet activity. किसी क्रिमिनल का अगर ये लैपटॉप है तो उसने क्या क्या इंटरनेट एक्टिविटी की, क्या क्या चैट सेशंस उनके थे, ईमेल डॉक्यूमेंट क्या था, ईमेल से रिलेटेड क्या क्या इंफॉर्मेशन है, डॉक्यूमेंट्स, ग्राफिक्स, एड्रेस बुक्स, these kind of information one analyst can get अगर वो एविडेंस लैपटॉप के ऊपर एनालिसिस करता है. सो हर एविडेंस डिवाइस का अपना एक इम्पोर्टेंस है और अलग तरह का एविडेंस या इंफॉर्मेशन we get when we seize and when we perform our analysis on. All right, moving forward, very important that first responder or the investigating officer, there are some pre-seizure consideration. So these pre-seizure consideration are very important. और ये चीजें फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर या इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर को अपनी कंसिडरेशन में रखनी चाहिए. द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग दैट आई ऑलरेडी श्योर दैट द नेचर ऑफ द डिजिटल एविडेंस इज वोलेटाइल, वेरी टाइम सेंसिटिव, इजिली इट कैन बी डिस्ट्रॉयड, easily it can be vanished. So the moment the first responder is reaching or the investigating officer is reaching to the incident location or crime scene, so he or she should make it sure that कि वहां पे ज्यादा लोग ना आए, कंटामिनेशन ना हो और जल्दी से जल्दी एविडेंस कलेक्शन हो सके. अगेन देयर आर सम एविडेंस एलिमिनेटर प्रोग्राम्स or some malware kind of thing can be used by the criminal. For instance, if there is a, let me tell you a quick story that there was a crime scene or incident location or a case which was related to the identity, there was a cyber cafe actually. So that cyber cafe, in that cyber cafe, the incident location was the cyber cafe where the fraudulent identity documents were being generated. So many people used to buy the forged identity cards. बहुत सारे लोग वहां पे जाते थे और fake ID card वहां से collect करते थे. Why do they do this? Actually, they just to participate in any illegal activity, they used to go to the cyber cafe and collect the forged document. Okay, so one person who was involved in a drug trafficking, एक person था जो drug trafficking में involved था, he just went to the cyber cafe and he just took a forged ID card of one police. एक पुलिस की उसने fake ID card ले ली because he had to deliver some drug to one location to another location. So he just took a fake police ID card. Okay, then what happened? Then one day he started using the fake ID card for this drug trafficking purpose. One day his luck was very bad and one police actually caught him and he started asking questions. और कुछ questions के answer देने के बाद he was not able to answer adequately to the questions. और उस police person को इसके identity पे शक हुआ and then he caught him. Further interrogation के बाद it was clear that this person is not the genuine person. He is involved in the drug trafficking, and police also got to know about that cyber cafe where the forged documents were getting created. So ऐसी situation में, in these kind of situation, the person who is involved in making forged documents, these people are very smart, so they always keep evidence eliminator kind of program in their system. So back of the mind only जरूर होता है कि कभी अगर हम पकड़े गए, so the moment जैसे पुलिस हमारे पास आएगी, we will run that evidence eliminator program or malware or anything else to eliminate or to destroy all the evidence. So first responders should have the knowledge about all these as well, that what kind of evidence eliminator programs are available, and if there are, then how to stop it, how to prevent any evidence getting destroyed by these evidence eliminator. And a few other things in pre-seizure consideration, that what kind of operating system you are going to analyze or you are going to work with. So first responder को पता होना चाहिए that what kind of operating system is there in the evidence in the evidence device, so that उसका सीजर उसी अकॉर्डिंग हो सके, एंड उसे पता होना चाहिए बिफोर हैंड कि कितने कंप्यूटर सिस्टम्स वहां पे थे, क्या क्या हार्डवेयर वहां पे क्राइम सीन पे या इंसिडेंट लोकेशन पे उसे मिल सकते हैं. So you'll be ready with all these things, okay? And always first investigator or the police or the first responder try to collect more information. Necessary से ज्यादा, जितना ज्यादा डेटा कलेक्शन हो सकता है उतना ज्यादा डेटा कलेक्शन करना चाहिए. बैकअप में देयर शुड बी अ पर्सन. आप हर फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर के पास एक हर फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर अपने किसी फ्रेंड को या अपने किसी सीनियर ऑफिसर को कॉल कर सकता है इन केस ही और शी इज स्टक एट एनी पार्ट ऑफ हिज और हर इन्वेस्टिगेशन. All right, so quickly the first responder or the investigator is ready with the everything, or अब वो crime scene पे है, he is or she is at the incident location and ready to collect the evidence. So what are the things which he or she should do at the crime scene? The very first thing that isolate people from the crime scene. सबसे पहली चीज people को extra unnecessary people को crime scene से जल्दी isolate करना है. And next important thing is that the first responder or the investigating officer, have conversation with people over there. So वहाँ पे जितने लोग हैं उनसे बात करना है. Why? बहुत सारे cases में if there is any laptop or desktop or any mobile phone which is locked, so you can talk to people, you can get to know about the password. If the अगर जिसका है, if owner is there, then well and good, you can say owner to tell the password of the laptop or desktop. Okay, that is why the documentation part is very important. Talk to people, get to know about the scenario, get to know about that what exactly has happened. If there is any eyewitness, talk to the eyewitness. Eyewitness will give you the main idea about the incident. All right. So after doing that, the first thing, so the moment the first responder is ready to collect the device, suppose first responder is ready to take the or seize the laptop from a crime scene. So before seizing that laptop, first responder should observe that if there is any other evidence over it, for instance fingerprint, for instance any DNA or any other biological evidence. अगर कुछ भी biological evidence उस hard disk laptop पे है या hard disk पे है या किसी भी other evidence device पे है, तो पहले उसका collection होना चाहिए. Then after उसकी collection के बाद the first responder can collect the evidence device. Okay, these are few things which should be followed. Next is that first responder should or the investigating officer should know that how to collect evidence device which is in different forms. So suppose if there is any computer evidence or digital media in running state means power on state, then what to do? The very first thing that if the power is on, if you can see something going on the screen, then observe it for any destructive process. पास जाके देखना है कि कहीं कोई डिस्ट्रक्टिव प्रोसेस तो नहीं चल रहा, किसी ने क्रिमिनल ने कोई एविडेंस एलिमिनेटर प्रोग्राम तो नहीं ऑन कर रखा. If you observe that there is no such destructive process is going on, then the very first option should be of capturing RAM. So first अगर सिस्टम ऑन है, पासवर्ड नहीं लगा हुआ है, तो सबसे पहले उस सिस्टम का RAM data collection होना चाहिए. Collecting RAM is really very important for getting to know about ongoing things. बहुत सारे unsaved documents can बहुत सारे unsaved documents, login credential, passwords. You can get to know about all these अगर RAM का डेटा आपने कलेक्ट किया है. In many case जहाँ पे हैकिंग का सिनेरियो होता है, in hacking के केस में hackers actually they create certain kind of malware जिसका existence actually RAM में detect हो सकता है. So getting the RAM memory captured is really very important as an investigation point of view. So you collected the RAM and then take out the battery of the laptop. So the laptop will be off and then pack this laptop in a safe manner, and then transport it to the lab. So this is the situation when your laptop, your desktop, or any other media is in running state, then this needs to be done. And if it is in power off stage, so you don't have to do anything. You only have to observe the physical condition of the device. And if it is powered off, leave it power off, and then just you before seizing it, check it if it's in sleep mode. So हल्का सा भी टच करने पे अगर वो sleep mode में होगा तो वो ऑन हो जाएगा. So अगर वो ऑन हो गया तो पहला काम आप रैम कलेक्ट कर लें, और रैम कलेक्ट करने के बाद just take out the battery, it will be off, and then pack it and send it to the lab. These are some packaging instructions. So properly document the everything, label it. हर package पे label होना चाहिए, so that anybody or when it आपका evidence जब lab में पहुंच रहा है तो जो भी forensic analyst इस पे काम कर रहा है वो easily certain item को identify करके इसके ऊपर काम कर सके. Alright, so that is why the importance of packaging and labeling is very high. And you always need to treat with care. So evidence को बहुत ही carefully treat करना, बहुत ही sophisticated. Next is the transport of evidence. Transportation के समय भी बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना है कि जो environmental condition है, like excessive heat, cold, magnetic field, इन सबसे आपके device को बचाना है, because ultimately we want to save the evidence. उसकी integrity हमें बना के ही रखनी है. Next, we need to maintain the chain of custody. We need to consider the environmental factors as well when we are saving it or keeping the evidence somewhere in the lab, अपने lab में. So हर इस चीज के ऊपर ध्यान रखना है कि कोई भी चीज आपके evidence device को कहीं से भी या evidence data को tamper या modify ना करे. All right, so now what we'll do here, we have a digital evidence Scissor kit to show you. So I'll be showing you one digital evidence Scissor kit. This is the best available Scissor kit in the market, and I will show you this digital Scissor kit along with the items which is there in this Scissor kit. So the name of this digital evidence Scissor kit is disk. This is disk. So disk ये Scissor kit है जो first responder carry करता है to the crime scene or the incident location in order to collect a digital evidence from the crime scene. And the Scissor memo which is given in this disk is acceptable as per Indian law. So I'll show you that how exactly is the Scissor memo available in this disk Scissor kit, and how do we collect data by using this particular evidence Scissor kit. So let's quickly go through that how many things are included in this Scissor kit. So these are write blocker, duplicator, camera, laptops, few driver kit, cables, Faraday bags, and forensic triage tool. So these are the things which are included in this digital evidence Scissor kit, and these are actually this kit is highly customizable. So और भी जो चीजें इसमें include करने की जरूरत पड़ती है based on the situation, based on the person who is going to use it, वो चीजें इसमें include की जाती हैं. Alright, so you can have a look of the digital evidence Scissor kit at your screen. Okay, so let me switch my camera to desk. I'll show you. All right, so what I'm going to show you, this is the digital evidence Scissor kit. So you can see digital evidence Scissor kit. So the things which are included in the Scissor kit are this is the hard disk case. I already shared about it that ये hard disk case इस Scissor kit में है just to keep the hard disk in the safe manner, in protected manner, so that कोई भी jerk, environmental factor या mishandling और improper handling से इस हार्ड डिस्क का डिजिटल डेटा tamper ना हो या modify ना हो. So just to keep your evidence hard disk safe, we have this hard disk case in this disk. All right. So these two, I have already shared that we give the marker and the cutter. Okay, wait. And this is the toolkit available in this disk. Okay. So let me keep it here. I showed you the hard disk for, keeping your hard disk safe in this hard disk case. This is cutter marker for making documentation, for marking anything. अगर आपको किसी भी hard disk की numbering करनी है ना, या फिर किसी भी device की numbering करनी है, then you can use this marker. We have this for set. We have this media card reader in this toolkit. So if there is any media card, then we can insert the media card inside this media card reader, और हम फिर उस original media card का duplicate copy we will be creating. All right. So next is the camera. So camera is for documentation. I have already shared about the usage of the camera. So you get picture clicked a lot, a picture clicked of the crime scene, and as well as of each item present at the crime scene. So with different angles. So this is for this we have this camera given in this toolkit. All right. And now we have these bags of different kinds. You can see these bags of different kinds, 2 bags. This is for seizing mobile phones from the incident location or crime scene. So the moment we keep the evidence mobile phone in this bag, the mobile phone will get disconnected with all the cellular, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi network. So if there is any phone from the available at the crime scene and you need to seize it, then you just only have to keep the phone inside this bag and close this bag. So what will this do? After mobile phone, evidence mobile phone will get disconnected from all the cellular, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi network. So what is the importance of it? The importance of this, that sometimes the criminal can insert any evidence eliminator program or any malware in the evidence mobile using the Wi-Fi network, और जब आप एनालिसिस करने के स्टेज में आओगे तब आपको पता चलेगा कि भाई एविडेंस मोबाइल फोन में तो कोई डेटा ही नहीं है, देयर इज नो डेटा इन द एविडेंस मोबाइल फोन. सो टू प्रिवेंट दिस, आपको द मोमेंट यू गेट द एविडेंस मोबाइल फोन, यू नीड टू गेट दिस मोबाइल फोन डिस्कनेक्टेड फ्रॉम ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ नेटवर्क. सो फॉर दिस वी हैव गिवन दिस bag. This we call as Faraday bag. So both these are Faraday bags. We have Faraday bags of different kinds. So suppose if there is any tab or which is of a big size, then you or the first responder or the investigator can use this particular Faraday bag. All right. Here a few cables are also given in this toolkit. So suppose if there is any hard disk which you need to make the duplicate copy of it, then these cables are used. So let me just show you that when do we use this cable. I'll show you that when we use this cable. We give other external hard disk as well, just to make create duplicate copy of the original evidence media in this. This is the Encase portable, a Triage tool. I already talked about the importance of this. The Triage tool, what does it do? This takes out the important and crucial information from the evidence hard disk. So this is the evidence, the Encase portable. The most important part of this toolkit is this device, and this is Write Protect Desktop, which is a write blocker tool. I have already talked about this this tool, that what do we do it by using this. We just write block our evidence device. So अगर crime scene पे कोई pen drive है या hard disk है and you want to see the content of this pen drive and hard disk, so never ever directly insert the pen drive or use the pen drive or hard disk with your system and start seeing the document. Never do this. Only you have to use the right blocker tool, or right blocker tool से connect करके you need to preview everything, so that you can be very sure that nothing is going to be altered. And I'll show you that how does it work. I'll show you one बहुत ही छोटा सा example that how exactly the right blocker works. Okay, along with the right blocker, we have this tool in this toolkit. So I hope you are able to see a little bit of it. This device is, let me bring it a little closer to the camera. So this is a duplicator tool. This is Falcon Neo. This tool, this hardware tool, the first responder used this hardware tool to create just the duplicate copy of the original evidence media. As we have already talked about it, that never ever we perform, or any forensic person performs direct analysis directly on the original evidence device. So in all cases we make a duplicate copy of the original evidence device and then we perform our further analysis on that duplicate copy. So for making that duplicate copy, we use this imager or duplicator tool. All right, so I showed you most of the thing of this toolkit. The very important part of this toolkit is this tab. So what you can see here is we have given the Scissor memo form here in this tab. Let me bring this a little closer to the camera so that you can clearly figure out that what exactly is this form. So this is the the form, Scissor form. So I'll show you that working of this, that how does it work, or what do we do by this tab. So this tab we can
on this, the focus is not very clear, Subhashini.
All right. So let me adjust focus a little bit. Okay, can I? Is this a little bit clear? Okay, so what I'm going to
not readable.
Not readable. Okay, so I'll read out the details for you. So I'll read out and you can just figure out that what exactly is happening here. Okay, so actually I also need to tilt a little bit. So here we have given options. This is integrated form 4 IF4. So here we have given option for making a new case. So suppose any forensic first responder is going to the incident location and about to collect the document, evidence from that incident location. Then he or she needs to click on new case. We have given the option of creating new case here. So what information is given? Let me read out for you. So this is that we will be filling the case name here. We will be also providing the detail of the union territory and the district information, police station information, year of seizure, FIR number, date of seizure, action taken, and we need to fill the name of all the items which we are going to seize from the crime scene. So here everything is mentioned, which I'm just reading out for you. And then we also fill the address and place of that place where we are doing seizure from, and then description of the place as well. We also fill the details for the owner from whom we are seizing the or taking the devices from. So if there is any owner, if there is any available owner on the at the crime scene, we will be filling the information for that as well. Next, we fill the information for the witness as well. So we have given the in this form we have given the detail to fill for the witnesses as well. So already I have shared that first responder always have conversation with people at the crime scene, कुछ witness से बात करते हैं ताकि witness also gives important information about any incident in most of the cases if there are. So if there is any witness, so we have to fill the information of the witness as well, name of the witness and address of the witness along with this statement of the witness कि witness ने बताया क्या आपको. So these information we fill, and this is a documented Scissor memo form, well documented, and we make the record of this Scissor memo form in this tab given in the Scissor kit. Along with that, we can also get picture clips of the crime scene by using this as well. So आप photography भी कर सकते हो. You can make the notes of crime scene by using this tape. So penless काम है, आपको pen paper use नहीं करना है. No need to use any pen or paper and write it down. So you have this. You can do everything. Get a picture clip, make notes along with fill the Scissor form. Everything you can do by this. And you can connect this with the printer. आपने जो जो चीजें सीज की है, if you need to give the one copy of your procedure which you have performed to any other authority or any other person or sometimes to owner as well, because suppose if you are seizing the mobile from somebody, you need to give a copy of this Scissor document to the owner as well. So you can just connect it to the printer and get a printout of it and then give it to the people or the person if it is required. So each काम को बहुत ही आसान कर रहा है ये crime scene documentation, which is a very important part I have already shared. So this is
what about the serial numbers of devices?
Yes, thank you for explaining, mentioning it. So we have given a very good feature of in this Scissor memo form that every time we need to add evidence. Okay, so suppose there are a lot of evidences. So for instance, hard disk drive is there and mobile phone is there. So whenever you are collecting any of the evidence, if you are collecting a hard disk, then you need to fill the details of the hard disk, that what is the make of the hard disk, what is the model of the hard disk, and what is the the manufacturer information or the serial number of the hard disk or the capacity of the hard disk. So these all information you need to fill it, but you don't need to fill it actually. So here we have given the OCR feature in this tab. So only you need to get a picture clip of the evidence hard disk. You get the picture clip. Every detail will be filled in the column by its own. So आपको एक picture click करना है, बाकी की सारी detail अपने आप भर जाएगी इस picture से. Why? This is just because of the OCR feature. So we have given OCR feature in this tab. So okay, so if time allows, I can do this. It's already 12:30. So OCR feature is given in this tab. So documentation ka kaam is really very easy by using this tab. All right, so I have shown each and everything.
And we have here Mr. Bhagirath Singer.
सर नमस्कार.
नमस्कार
सर काफी अच्छा सेशन रहा सर. मेरा दो क्वेश्चन है. फर्स्ट है कि सर जब आईओ कहीं जाता है सीज करने के लिए, तो वहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जो डिवाइस होते हैं उनको सीज कर लेता तुरंत. जैसे ही किसी घटना स्थल पे गए, वहाँ मोबाइल मिल गया, किसी एक्यूज को अरेस्ट किया, कोई सिस्टम किया, तो उसको वो सीज कर देते हैं. सीज मेमो बना दिया. सीज मेमो बनाने के बाद उसको एफएसएल भेज देते हैं और एफएसएल से रिपोर्ट आती है. उसमें काफी टाइम लगता है उसको. हाँ हो गया. उसमें दूसरा है कि जैसे बताया कि उसका इमेजिंग करना, इमेजिंग करके भेजा जाना और उसकी हैश वैल्यू निकाल के, तो उसमें क्या सही रहता है कि उसको सीधा ही जैसे सीज करके भेजे या उसका इमेजिंग करके उसका हैश वैल्यू करके भेजा जाए? तो इसमें से कौन सा सही रहेगा सर?
इसमें ना दो अप्रोचेस है. एक अप्रोच है जो आपको तहकीकात करनी है. आप मौके पे गए, आपको कई ऐसे सुराग मिले, कुछ डिजिटल एविडेंस मिला, आपको लगा कि ये मेरे को देखना है क्या है
जी.
अगर आपने ये सब करना है तो बेहतर ये है कि जो आपको मौके पे एविडेंस मिल रहा है उसकी आप मतलब डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कर लें, उसको राइट ब्लॉक तरीके से उसकी इमेज बना लें, ओरिजिनल आप सीज करके आप भेज दो वहां पर.
जी
FSF,
सर।
साल 2 साल, जब भी इनके बैकलॉग बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, पेंडेंसी केस ज्यादा होती है, कब तक आएगा पता नहीं, लेकिन आपने तो अपना केस करना है, आपने तो मतलब क्रिमिनल को पकड़ना है। तो
जी
आप
सर।
क्या करेंगे कि आपके पास जो इमेज की कॉपी है, आप उससे तहकीकात का मतलब तहकीकात शुरू करेंगे, इमेज कॉपी लेंगे, उसमें देखेंगे आपको कुछ मिल रहा है कि नहीं। आप जैसे मोबाइल फोन है, मोबाइल
जी
फोन का आपने डेटा निकाल लिया, उसके बाद आपने सीजर मेमो बनाया, आपने मोबाइल फोन का भी ये बहुत ध्यान रखना है, पासवर्ड आपके पास होना चाहिए। तो जैसे मौके पे गए आपने, मतलब वहां पे आपको सस्पेक्ट है, आरोपी है, जो भी है, उससे आपने बात करी, आपने कहा भाई बता भाई पासवर्ड क्या है, या पासवर्ड हटवाएं या फिर उससे ले लें क्या पासवर्ड है।
जी सर।
कई बार फिंगरप्रिंट वगैरह होता है, तो फिंगरप्रिंट वाला एकलव्य वाला काम तो हो नहीं सकता, तो फिर
जी।
आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा कि आपको उनसे फिंगरप्रिंट हटवाना पड़ेगा, फिर उसके बाद आप सीजर करें।
जी सर, कई बार ये होता है कि मुलजिम को अरेस्ट करते हैं, उसकी व्हाट्सएप चैट है या उसका है, तो उसको इंट्रोडक्शन करना होता है, कई पूछताछ होते हैं, उसका पीसी रिमांड लेते हैं, उसके बाद तो उससे कई चीजें निकलती है, उसके चैट से निकलती है, उसके व्हाट्सएप चैट है। अगर इसको सीज करके भेज देते हैं तब तो वो चीजें संभव नहीं है, तो इसके लिए क्या हमें इसकी एक इमेज कॉपी बना के अलग रख लेनी चाहिए? उसके बाद
जैसे अभी ये मैडम बता रही थी कि वहां पे जैसे MD लाइव लगा हुआ है, तो MD लाइव से आपने केबल लगाई, डाटा उसका जो था वो निकाल लिया, अब आपने क्या किया, सीज करके आपने भेजना है भेज दो, रोकना है कुछ टाइम रोक लो, और आप उससे मुलजिम से आप पहले पूछताछ कर लो, आपके पास सारा डेटा कंप्यूटर पे तो आ ही गया,
जी सर।
आप सवाल कर लें जो करने।
थैंक यू सर।
वेलकम। सो थैंक यू, आप सबका धन्यवाद बहुत बहुत, एंड मिलेंगे फिर अगले हफ्ते, अगले फ्राइडे, फॉरेंसिक फ्राइडे में।